Welcome to a new video on Universal UK on the outskirts of Bedford in England, and came along to show a bit about progress on the site. This video is going to be on the houses that have been bought by Ascen Collection, who are the company behind Universal UK. So we're looking on Manor Road, which is this road that runs from Amthill Road, and our first stop is the corner of Manor Road. And on the right you've got Vine Cottages, on the left is Silverdale and Coronation Cottage, which have all been bought recently by Ascen Collection. Now the idea here is that these properties are all likely to be demolished to allow for this bend in the road to be straightened. The property Silverdale was on the market and for £750,000. I believe it sold for 800k. Vine Cottages were due to be demolished anyway. There was planning permission to build 2 new houses into the rather large rear garden. But Coronation Bungalow, as you can see here, was a normal family home and had been recently occupied. Wasn't empty and has been sold. Sold price not known yet. We'll have to wait and see what land registry sell. But the property is now secured and owned by Ascen Collection. So yeah, just a quick overview there. There's the front of the property, all boarded up inside, as is the usual process for the properties that Ascen Collection have bought. Across the road, Vine Cottages have stood empty now for about a year. It's been a while since they've been occupied, but these properties were due to be demolished. Silverdale appeared on Rightmove as a house for sale earlier in the year. There was no sign that Universal were interested in buying it, but maybe that was a marketing ploy. It is now owned by Universal. We now move further along to Ascen House and Moat House on Manor Road. These properties have just been bought by Universal. In fact, the removal van was outside today when the drone was above. These are 2 huge plots of land. I suspect they need the land for the widening of Manor Road. There's another property remaining to the left there that's excluded from the purchase. But the land actually passes behind where you can see that wall there. And you can see there's a slide and maybe some children's play equipment to the back. But these are 2 huge properties. There was a business in that yard. It's all been cleared out. No idea what the business was. But everything's gone. And these properties are now owned by Universal. The reality is that these 2 properties are a real sign of intent on what Universal are willing to pay to get this project completed. They are beautiful houses. The trees there are unlikely to be touched. It's actually a scheduled monument, so I don't think that will ever be touched, of an old mortared house. Moving along Manor Road now, you've got the 6 properties at the end, which is Annex 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, which have been owned by Universal for a while now, all empty. Weirdly, not all boarded up, but the fronts are all restricted. A quick look over the site there. But yeah, you can see there. This is number 10 on Manor Road, also boarded up now. Looks like it's been abandoned for some time. House isn't in great condition, as you can see from the front garden. But the front of that is now blocked with fencing. And then a quick overview of Manor Road. Annex 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, all boarded up and empty. And there's a shot from the rear showing that the properties are now empty. Soon this will all be demolished. The SDO, when approved, will allow for the blocks of houses to be demolished once they are all empty. So Annex to 4 is empty now. 5 is empty. Number 10 is empty. And we believe there is another property that has been sold, as that was mentioned at the Stewardshire Council meeting. So really the first block could be demolished with the SDO. The big houses that were shown earlier in the video, they were classed as expansion zones. There is another property after this little block of, little group even, of houses, which there's no news on. But it does seem that Universal are buying the houses when they can. Negotiations ongoing, and hopefully the people are getting the money they want and can move on in their lives without living opposite the theme park.